Blake. Today I'm going to show you a walk around and how to operate everything on a Thor Motor Coach Chateau 23U. It's a Class C motorhome, and let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to show you is the propane. The propane is located right behind the driver's side door. There's no lock on this door for safety reasons, so to just open it, you just turn the dials up and it'll come down. So to turn the propane on and off, it's this dial with the blue sticker. So you go to the right to turn it off and the left to turn it on. This is a little gauge showing you how much propane you have. There's another one inside the motorhome that we'll show you in a little bit. This is where you fill it up from. But usually when you go to fill it up, the person at the place will fill it up for you. So then just to close it up, you just turn it, turn those, you're good to go. One great thing about this motorhome is it has a lot of storage on it. So right here is your main door for your storage. As you can see, you have these little clips, so you can put the door up and it'll hold it so you can get to your stuff. Right here, there's a little door that opens up. You can put stuff in there. We have a little barbecue and some chairs. There's a lot of room under here. Also, there's lights, so if it's at night, you can turn the lights on to see what you're grabbing. So just to close these, it's just like the propane. Just shut the door, turn the knobs, and this one also has a lock on it. And the key for that lock is this one right there, the one with the little rounded head, and it just fits right in, and you just turn it. Okay, there's another storage compartment back here, which is connected. It has the same system where it'll lock the door so it won't fall down on you. Just another way to access. So this is your main storage located underneath the RV. This is actually underneath the back bed. So yeah, this is really nice to be able to have all this storage to hold all your toys and all your supplies while you're camping. Right here behind the driver's side door is your water fill up. So this is if you're going dry camping. I believe it holds 50 gallons of fresh water. So you take your hose that we provide and you stick it into that nozzle right there, and you put this end onto the hookup for the hose. This is a filter, so your water is going to be nice and clean. You hook it up and just let it fill up. Once it shows it's filled up, some water will start to come out, and then you'll know that it's full. Also, there's a gauge inside that tells you, but most of the time you can just look and see. So once that's filled up, you just pull this out and you can just lock that up right there. And that's for your if you're dry camping. But if you're hooked up to connections, what you're gonna do is, let's say you have hookups, you're gonna come back here and you have your city water connection. So all you're gonna have to do connect this end right onto here, and it'll just twist on like that, and then the other end is going to hook on to your water connection at your camping site or wherever you may be having the RV parked. And this will always be running, and that'll give your water to the RV for your sinks, your toilets, your showers, all that kind of stuff. So you can use one or the other, but if you're camping and you have hookups, this is the one you're going to be using. Okay, so right here, this is your electrical hookup. So this motorhome is a 30 amp. So if you're staying at a spot, make sure you have it for a 30 amp spot. So basically it has a little just lock door. You open it up, all your cordage is right in there. You pull it out through this hole and you go plug it in at your campsite. And that'll provide all your electricity, so you don't need to run your generator while you're at your campsite, because a lot of campsites they make you turn your generator off in the evening during the quiet time. So yeah, this is going to be your power that you pull out, and it plugs right in at your site, and that'll provide all your electricity for you while you're camping. Right here, this compartment is your generator. You can see it's got the little exhaust coming out the side. So right here, you're never going to really need to open this or do anything, just because all the controls for the generator are located inside of the RV. But if you need to access it, you just flip these knobs up and you can pull the front plate off. This is where you add your oil. right here. You can also start the generator from outside here, depending if you need to, if you're outside and you just want to get it started up. Got your air filter right here. But yeah, you won't really need to mess with any of this stuff. Just make sure you check the oil, because these things do burn oil fairly quickly. Then when you put it back on, you just kind of slide that plate up like this, put it back on, put them down to closed, and they all close just like the other ones, and this one has a lock as well. Since we're down here, this right here is your water for your tanks, your holding tanks. So if you're dry camping and you want to get rid of your water, maybe if you're driving home and you don't want to have a lot of weight on you to make your fuel efficient, a little more fuel efficient, this right here is how you drain your water. So that'll drain your tanks out and get rid of all your fresh water, so you don't have to drive around with it. But yeah, we usually don't drain that out because we usually use all the water. So right here, it's right below the gas fill up. It's called a drain outlet. So right here, you just open this like this. And what you do is, this is your sewage hose right here, okay? So what you do is you open this up right here, and this is how you make your connection. You put that on like that, and you twist. And then when you want to, once this is done, we can't do it right here just because we don't have any hookups, you pull these out. This one right here is for your black tank, so that's going to be all your sewage from the toilet, and this is coming from your gray tank. This is going to be your water from your sinks, your showers, and things like that. So you just pull these out, and these will allow it all to dump. This is what the other end looks like, and that'll fit into the hole at your campsite to where you're dumping from. And then once you're done and you're leaving, make sure these are closed, and you just undo it right there, and then you put your lid back on like that, and then you just close this up like that, and it goes perfectly. This is where the gas goes into the RV. It's just regular fuel, goes right in like that. Nice thing about this RV is it has an exterior shower located right above the gas fill up. So if you ever spill any gas or anything, you can just drop this down and clean out anything that got gas, just to keep the motorhome clean. So this is really convenient too, even if you're camping and you just get dirty and you want to clean off before you go inside, or if you got to clean any of your gear off and you don't want to have to do it inside the motorhome. This is a really nice little feature they have on this Chateau. So yep, it just locks up like that. Okay guys, now we're going to show you how to enter your RV. So there's two keys to open it up. The smaller one is to unlock the handle, so it'll open up. You just turn to the right, that'll unlock the handle. But it also has a deadbolt, which has to be turned like that to allow it to open. So right off the bat, when you open your RV, you have some controls right by the door. So this one right here that says extend or retract, that's for your awning. So if you hit the extend, you're gonna see your awning start to come up. So that'll go all the way out if you just keep holding that button. The awning is really nice on this rig. Goes out quite a ways and it provides a lot of shade. So as you'll see, it'll stop when it's all the way out. And then to bring it back in, you hit the retract, which will bring it back in. And make sure you hold that button all the way until it stops. It's not the fastest thing, but it's worth it. So as you can see, once it comes in, it will completely stop. Just like that. Okay, now you have these three buttons right here. So the one on the farthest, right here, controls the lights in the RV. the middle one, both of these ones are for outdoor lights. So you have a LED strip lighting and then your outdoor just light, your patio light basically. So these are what control those two lights. This right here is your battery disconnect. So if the RV is going to be put in storage or not used for a while, you can hold down this store button and that'll disconnect the battery while you're storing the RV. So let's get into the RV now and show you some of the different features. So right here's your microwave. It's just like a standard microwave located in your house or apartment. You just hit the buttons for how long you want it to go for, and it will go for the time you want. No real trick to that. You have a little stove, a little 3-burner. So to start it, you just put it on light, and you just hit spark, and it'll go just like any stove you've ever used. We have a little coffee pot and a little toaster if you get that package. The sink, just like any sink, it's got really good water flow. There's your cold water and your hot water. I'm going to warn you that the hot water is really hot in these RVs, so be careful so you don't burn yourself. So you have lots of storage in the RV for your pots and your pans and whatnot. You have storage underneath the sink that has your drawers for utensils and goods like that. Just make sure before you drive that all of these are closed and firm so nothing flies out when you're driving. You also have tons of storage because it's smaller, so you need to utilize your space. This is the fridge. So when you're parked at a there's 3 settings you have. You have auto, off, and gas. Usually the best way to keep it is on auto, because that means that, let's say you're driving and you're not connected to your hookups, it'll run off of the propane. And then let's say you plug in and you go to your hookups, it will run off of the electricity. So you just leave it on that. There's 5 settings for your cold. We usually leave it on the coldest, and that seems to work the best. Right here you have your green light. That's showing that everything is good and you're running off your electricity. If you're driving and you're not connected to power, it will show orange. So that means it's using your gas. If this light is flashing, that means your gas is not cooling this. So usually what it means is all you got to do is you got to turn this off, leave it off for a minute or 2, and then just put it to auto and it'll restart the refrigerator. It's showing good right now just because we're connected to electricity. So right here you got your freezer on the top. This thing is super cold. It'll hold ice cream or anything like that, no problem. Any frozen foods. And then you have your refrigerator located down here. One thing I would recommend is if you put food up here, it'll freeze because it's really, really cold. So if you have like fruits or anything like that, I would put them down here or towards the bottom, just so they don't get really cold. And then all your drinks and stuff you could put alongside here. Right here you have just a little area to hang up some clothes. Really nice. Now we're going into the bathroom. So in the bathroom you have a little sink, and then you have your shower, and then your toilet. So for the shower, there's just a hot and cold. What I recommend for the shower, because the hot water is so hot, is turn the cold dial all the way, and then you can add your heat and get it to the correct temperature for your liking. So that's what I'd recommend for that. Also for the shower door, it closes like this and it locks in at the end as it's retractable. You have your light right alongside the door for you, which controls your power, and then your sink, just like any other sink, and then you also have a place to put your toiletries right there. For the toilet, when you're using it, what you do is, let's say you're about to go to the bathroom, you have a little foot pedal right here that you do you put it halfway, and that fills water inside the bowl of the toilet. So now after you're done going to the bathroom, you do a full press, and that's your flush. Make sure to not put anything down the toilet. The only toilet paper you can use is the single ply, because this it's just a tank anything else you put in there, it gets stuck and it ruins the RV. So just make sure you don't put anything else down the toilet. No paper towels, nothing. Just this toilet paper is all it can take, so you don't ruin it. Okay, you have a vent right up here. So you just turn the dial and that'll open the vent. And then there's a little fan as well for that. This vent you can leave open while the RV is driving. None of the other vents you can leave open while the RV is driving, or they'll rip off. So that's your bathroom. You got your back bed back here that has all your storage for clothing and whatnot. You have lights for the back area. You also have a little curtain to close it all off. Right here is your thermostat. So this is for heating the motorhome. So right here, you move it to how warm you want it. It can get really hot in here if you turn it on because it's so small. All your heat will come out right here, and that is where it'll all come out when you adjust the thermostat, and it'll blow the warm air out of there. So moving towards the front of the motorhome, you have a bed located up here, which is a very large bed. It can hold 2-3 people. You got your TV. The TV is just on a locking system that comes out, and you can adjust it to wherever you're sitting and wanting to watch it, and it just goes back in and locks. Okay, this table, your main dining table, can be used as a bed. So to make it a bed, you come under here and there's a little handle that you adjust. So you got to move that handle out of the way, and then the table will come down. Once that table comes down, you remove the pillows and you lay them across, turning it into a full bed. Underneath here, you have your carbon monoxide reader, and you also have your breaker box. So if there's anything ever goes out, you have your breakers right here, and your carbon monoxide reader is down there as well. So that's for that. And then up here, you have your DVD player and your TV remotes all get stored up there for that. And that's where we keep all that stuff right there. Right here, this is the main panel I was talking about earlier in the video. This panel tells you everything about the RV. So your LPG, that's your propane. So you press the button and it tells you what your readings are at. So right now we have 2/3 of a tank of propane. We have a full battery, we have an empty freshwater tank, we have an empty black tank, and an empty gray tank. Your black tank's your sewage, your gray is all your water usage through your sinks and showers, and your fresh water is your drinking water. Right here you have your water, it's water pump. That is for your water, so it'll pump through your sink, through your shower, stuff like that. So always leave that on, and then you have a water heater right here. So if you're connected to electricity, you turn it on, and that'll heat your water. If you're only on gas, you can turn it on like that. This is also where you start your generator from. To start the generator, you hold the stop down until the red light comes up, and then you move it over. And as you can hear, the generator was started. So that'll give you all your power if you're not plugged into electricity. And then to turn the generator off, you simply just hold the stop down until it stops, and you're good to go. Also, you have a little table right here. Adds out a little spot to put your coffee maker or anything like that. You have your vents for when you're cooking. Your fire alarm's right up here. I'm gonna say right now, if you're cooking food in here and it's giving off a lot of like cooking a hamburger or something, it's usually will set the fire alarm off. So I would recommend either cooking outside or leaving doors and windows open just so everything can go out. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is your air conditioning unit. So right here, you can adjust. There's the heat and cold sensors, and then there's also you can run the fan, which just circulates air, you can run your cool. It'll get really cold in here when you run it, which is really nice. So if you're ever in a hot location, you can flip that on and you'll have no problems keeping cool. But yeah, that's about it on this RV. And if you have any questions, just you can comment below. And thank you very much. This RV is available for rent through outdoorsy.com. I will post the link down below to be able to rent this RV. It's a great RV, really easy to manage. You'll have a great time. Thank you. Just finished.